Need a magnet sensor for a home project? Well, let's try a large reed sensor. This is part 24 of the KEYESTUDIO 37-in-1 sensor kit, the analog digital large reed sensor module. I'll use the fritzing software to show you how to connect everything. Here's what you'll need: an Arduino microcontroller, preferably the UNO version or similar, a 400 tie point breadboard, a USB cable, the large reed sensor module, the passive buzzer module, the flashing LED module, 8 to 18 jumper wires, and a small magnet. Place the large reed sensor on the breadboard towards the middle, connect the pin labeled AO to analog pin A0, connect the pin labeled G to ground, connect the pin labeled plus to 5 volts, connect the pin labeled DO to digital pin 8. Place the passive buzzer module at the top, connect the pin labeled minus to ground, connect the pin labeled S to digital pin 10. Place the flashing LED module at the bottom, connect the pin labeled minus to ground, connect the pin labeled S to digital pin 9. Now here is the real version. Here are the key features of this sensor module. The large reed sensor is at the top. The blue square is a 3296 potentiometer that you can adjust to change the trigger values. The L1 LED indicates the circuit board is receiving voltage. The L2 LED turns on when the sensor reading exceeds the threshold value. The LM393 chip is a comparator that checks the threshold value. Next, grab the USB cable, connect it to the Arduino, and then connect to your computer. We'll use the Arduino IDE software for programming the Arduino UNO. Upload the following 35 lines of code. Open the serial monitor and observe the values from the sensor. The values should range between 0 and 1023 for the analog reading. The value should range between 0 and 1 for the digital reading. Since the reed sensor is basically an on-off switch, you do not need to adjust the potentiometer. Move the magnet towards the sensor. Adjust the polarity and the angle of the magnet as needed to trigger the sensor. Make note of the angle and polarity when using this sensor for other projects. Once you get the hang of it, come back and join us for the next module.